Levin joins me for the Royal Dispatch. I do love that dramatic music. Prince William headed north today to present CBEs to rugby stars Rob Burrow and Kevin Sinfield, after their campaign to highlight motor neurone disease captured the hearts of the nation. 41-year-old Burrow is battling the degenerative condition and has joined forces with Sinfield to run marathons and raise awareness right across the country.
Thank you for what you've done. You've raised so much, the profile MND, your brotherly bond relationship between the two has been so amazing to watch, and inspiration for everyone to kind of go like, this is how we help each other.
Now, when he talked about brotherly bonds, did that bring a tear to your eye? Because speaking of brotherly bonds, younger brother Harry has been inducted to Aviation Hall of Fame alongside Apollo 11 hero Buzz Aldrin. He's due to attend a star-studded Beverly Hills ceremony hosted by John Travolta, no less, to be honoured for flying British military aircraft in Afghanistan. So, Angela, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming into the studio. Your reaction to this latest gong for Harry, does it mean much?
No, I think it's ridiculous. And actually, a former member who was quite high up in the Navy has said it's a pathetic publicity stunt. And I think that's quite right. I mean, in my biography of Harry, I wrote a lot about the troubles he had becoming a soldier and actually flying helicopter. And he got quite good at it, but he's not a brilliant man. And his teacher said it's because he's rather dyslexic that he can do it. There's a curious way between the Apache helicopter and the person who's flying it. But what his job was to look down. Anybody who he saw was wounded, they'd go down and take them up. Or if they saw any of the enemy, they would get rid of them. And we knew from Spare that he got rid of 25. He shot them all dead.
He boasted about that.
He boasted about it, yes. Very, very distasteful thing to do and dangerous. But anyway, that was it. But how you can compare them to people who landed on the moon and walked around the room, moon.
Yes, in an unprecedented moment of human history.
Yes.
You don't think that first man on the moon versus the short service in Afghanistan are comparable?
No, it was 20 weeks he was away doing it, and he was a companion in the plane. He wasn't there by himself making all the decisions. So I looked around, and I believe that this charity is one that you have to pay to get an award. And I think that would be very much taken from what Meghan's done. He's gone to so many different places where she's won something, and you think, well, how? What has she done? You know, she's a marvellous example to women and young girls throughout the world. Oh, no, she's not. And yet she's got it because they give them money. And I'm quite sure that that's what's happened on this one.
Angela, I will say that we've been in touch with Archwell today, who, of course, represent the Sussexes, and they've said that it's categorically untrue that any money changed hands in relation to these awards. But the bottom line is it's a very sort of showbiz, glitzy event. However, do you not think that Harry deserves more recognition for his time in the military? I mean, he's more of a war hero than most royals.
Yes, he was good. He was good, but he was very protected.
Was he brave?
Well, not particularly. He wanted to go on the front line, but because he was sixth in line to the throne, he had people surrounding him, and so he wasn't allowed to do anything very much. So he got very upset about that. But he did do a good job. The award is also for his work with the Invictus Games, and he's set that up. He didn't do all the dog's work, but he did a lot of ideas, and his presence was very important, but that's all he put into it. But it fell apart, I thought, at the last one in Germany because Meghan took over, and they also charged a fee despite it being a charity, and she wanted all the bedroom repainted and new sheets and all that sort of thing. So they lost a lot of money, and there's a lot of arguing at the moment about whether they want them to do the next one because they're too costly. So in a way he does deserve it, and in a way his behaviour lately actually takes that away.
OK. I mean, I don't have, Angela, as you'll understand, the details on the extra costs accrued crude at the Invictus Games. But if that's your judgment, then of course you're entitled to it. Can I ask you about the rather tantalising rumours around Doria Ragland, who is, of course, Meghan Markle's mother, who speculation is growing that she's going to move in with the couple into their Montecito mansion. Is this true, and what does it mean if it is?
Well, it means that Meghan will feel more comfortable about going off to Los Angeles. She wants to be there where all the sort of actors are and to try and get some work. I mean, she's been a long time without her new PR people being able to tie up some big deal, because she'll only take a deal where she's in charge, and it's very important. So, yes, I think, you know, having her mother come in would be quite helpful to her.
So this reflects Meghan's career ambitions, getting mum to stay at home and look after the kids.
And Harry gets on with his mother-in-law very well, so that wouldn't be a problem.
But is he outnumbered now, though, Angela?
Well, of course, but he's
Two against one.
But he's been outnumbered since he met Meghan and met her mother. You know, he's given in. You see, he walks behind them. He has no power. You don't feel that he's making decisions. The decisions come from Meghan, and maybe Meghan discusses them with her mother, or maybe she just tells her mother. But Harry has shrunk in every single way. She writes his speeches, she tells him what to do, she's pushing him here and there, moving him to different places, like you might do to some poor child.
The body language is damning, isn't it?
It's very damning.
Yeah.
And I think that he's lost his own spirit. When I spent 15 months with him, he was very lively, he could speak off the cuff, and he was full of fun and brilliant with people who were damaged. But now I think he feels very awkward of saying something that perhaps Meghan doesn't like.
OK, of course, Harry would push back on what you've just said, but it's all about opinions, Angela.
It's all about opinions.
I've only got a couple of seconds, but Catherine is 42 this week.
Still beautiful.
And is she the queen in waiting? Do you think she's getting ready for that role?
Well, I think she's getting ready for that role since she and William got engaged, and I think she's behaved perfectly ever since. She doesn't put a foot wrong. She's had awful things said about her, but she's just rose above it, and she just knows what is wanted and does it quietly and intensely.
As do you. Perfect description of Queen of GB News,
I don't know
Angela
about
Levin.
that.
Angela, when are you back with Nana on Saturday? What time do you appear with Nana on Saturdays?
5:45.
Brilliant. Always unmissable TV. Thank you so much to Angela Levin.